Apple is finally giving us the one thing we have been begging for on the iPad mini, but they might completely ruin it with one terrible, awful decision. A brand new leak out of Korea just dropped, and it claims the 2026 iPad mini is getting a beautiful 8.4-inch OLED screen. But it is going to be permanently stuck at 60 Hz. I'm seriously crossing my fingers that this rumor is dead wrong, because if it is true, it might be the most annoying tech move of the entire year. Now, do not get me wrong, getting OLED is amazing. We have waited forever for deep blacks and punchy colors on the mini, but that refresh rate is stealing all the headlines, and for a very good reason. Look, if you have never used a 120 Hz ProMotion display, you probably think we are all just complaining over nothing. But once your eyes get used to that buttery smooth 120 Hz, going back to a 60 Hz screen literally feels like someone hacked your device and put it in slow motion. It stutters, it smears, it just feels old. Apple basically ruined 60 Hz for us by making their Pro devices feel so incredibly good. And here is the most baffling part. We are living in a timeline where the standard base model iPhone 17 is rumored to finally get ProMotion 120 Hz. Let that sink in. The regular iPhone gets the fast screen, but a brand new, completely redesigned OLED iPad mini does not. Who is sitting in the Apple boardroom nodding their head at this? It just makes zero sense, especially when you look at the rumored price tag. We are hearing this new mini could start at $699. Yes, $700 for a tiny tablet. When you're asking people to drop that kind of cash, we expect premium features across the board. We want the OLED, we want the fast chip, we want good battery, but stopping at 60 Hz just feels like a deliberate slap in the face. Apple will probably say that normal users will not even notice, but Apple is the same company that spends 20 minutes in a keynote bragging about the microscopic curve of the aluminum edges. They care about tiny details, so why ignore the screen you touch every single second? But hold on, before you completely rage quit on the iPad mini, there is a very interesting detail buried deep in this leak. Apparently, this new display is gearing up for mass production at Samsung's A2 factory over in South Korea. Now, a lot of tech blogs saw that factory name and instantly assumed it guarantees a basic 60 Hz LTPS panel. But that is actually wrong. That specific Samsung factory has the exact machinery to build both the standard panels and the fancy LTPO 120 Hz panels. So just because it is being built there does not actually prove the 60 Hz rumor is a done deal. Leaks change all the time, and Apple is known for swapping specs at the last minute. So I'm holding on to that little shred of hope, because even with a slow refresh rate, putting an OLED on this thing is going to change the game. The current LCD screen is fine, but it has that weird glowing gray look when you try to watch a movie in a dark room. OLED fixes all of that. Pure blacks, crazy good HDR, and it even saves battery life. It is just annoying because it could be a perfect 10 out of 10 screen instead of just a 7 out of 10. But let us pivot for a second, because the rest of the rumors for this tablet are absolutely bonkers. A recent motherboard leak points to Apple tossing the A20 Pro chip inside this little guy. I honestly did not see that coming. I fully expected them to just slap the basic A20 in there and call it a day. But giving it the Pro chip is huge. It means this thing will absolutely chew through heavy video editing, huge games, and of course, all that fancy new Apple Intelligence stuff. It also means we are likely getting 12 gigs of RAM, plus there is a super nerdy rumor about how they are packaging the chip. They are supposedly moving the memory to sit right next to the processor instead of stacking it on top. I know that sounds like boring factory talk, but it actually matters a lot for heat. The mini is super cramped inside. This new design spreads the heat out better, meaning you can play demanding games or edit a 4K video for way longer before the tablet starts getting hot and slowing down. And then there is the craziest rumor of them all. Apple is apparently testing vibration-based speakers for the chassis. Basically, instead of normal speaker grills pumping out sound, the actual metal body of the iPad would vibrate to make the noise. It sounds like sci-fi magic, but I am slightly terrified it is just going to feel like holding an electric toothbrush while I am trying to binge Netflix in bed. I really need to feel that one in person before I judge it. Look, the reality is Apple rarely updates the iPad mini. We go years without a new one. If they lock us into 60 Hz at $700, we are stuck with it until like 2030. It is clear artificial product separation. They are scared you will not buy the expensive iPad Pro if the mini is too good. But honestly, nobody buys an 11-inch Pro just for the refresh rate when they actually wanted an 8-inch tablet. They buy the Pro for the massive screen and the keyboard. Giving the mini 120 Hz would not ruin Pro sales, it would just make the mini the ultimate portable device. But even with the 60 Hz threat hanging over us, I still think this is worth the wait. OLED and a massive chip upgrade is going to be totally worth it. If you made it all the way to the very end of this video, comment the word toothbrush down below so I know who my true viewers are. Drop a like to help out the channel, hit that subscribe button, and click the video on screen right now to hear all the insane leaks about the upcoming iPhone 18. I will see you in that one.